It's about damn time we did some analysis. Yeah!
Right. We're getting into that thing. We're doing the little dance of joy. Because and then we're choking to death.
In any case, just going to make sure that my dashboard is correct. And all of the things are on board and everything is fabulous and shovelous? Okay, we're getting ourselves an extra replay. From one known only as Omnix, who apparently did some games earlier that was quite proud of, and would like to show off. Oh, Omnix's Chaosbringer! Chaosbringer! Yeah, that's good. And we have ourselves, wowza, we just went up to 8 people in the last 30 human seconds. Right, let's make you the leader. I want to be the leader. Can I be the leader? Woohoo! I'm the leader! Okay, what do we do? Poetry, bitches. Yeah! Party leader wants to watch a replay and is going to show it to us. La 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 la. Okay, so this is actually Omnix versus Phantom Atlas, who I was told to keep an eye on because apparently Phantom Atlas was pretty good. So, the fact that your mindset seems to be a bit of lag. Oh, I experienced that as well. I'm not entirely certain why. It might have been during the download. I'm trying to think what's different between the two settings. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm streaming via London, and the London server is still suffering somewhat. So, if it makes things difficult to watch, then let me know. I am using OBS, but the problem at the moment is that I'm still using the primary London Ingress server, which Twitch has been saying on Twitter is having problems at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. So, tell you what, if it gets bad, let me know. I'll turn the stream off, turn it back on again, and hopefully I'll be streaming to an Ingress server in the Netherlands, which should be a little less. Right, but in the meantime, let's go with the first replay, which is Omnix versus Phantom Atlas. I'm actually going to turn off Starboard because we don't really need it anymore. So yeah. By the way, those of you who follow my stream before and have seen things like, I don't know, oh, here we go. Who've seen the ongoing saga of my my temperature issues will know that I have slight temperature problems when it comes to my PC. I've actually solved most of those now. So we're going to go into this game, and when we come back, I'll be able to point out the chat to you guys. So that should be fun. So, in the top left-hand side, our player. Oh wow! So Omnix says he went on to win this game, but feels like he shouldn't have done. Okay. This is really good, actually. Really tempted to get Omnix on Skype if I can, and have that moment of. Getting things. I also have to remember, like, there's like no lag on the chat now, so I put stuff in. It's like comes up straight away. In any case, actually just check the chat's working. Okay, so we're seeing ourselves that standard opener. We're not seeing a complete wall off my Terran player, which is okay. I mean, he's getting the barracks in roughly the right place, and you can sort of wall that in afterwards. We're seeing that scout after gateway. Which, weirdly enough, I mean, oh Jesus, this is Omnix. You can tell this is Omnix because he makes the weirdest shapes that I've ever seen. Like, I don't even know what this one is, apart from, I want to say some kind of, maybe it's some reclining figures. You've got legs here, and the body coming up here, sort of like a bit of an hourglass waist, which is slowly turning into not much of a chest. And there's a head up here with an arm leaning back. So, we're seeing a bit of a scout going in. The most important thing, as far as I can tell, for the Protoss player, for Omnix, is the fact that his opponent has no gas, and therefore he knows no Reapers are incoming. And we are seeing, again, like the Protoss player having his cybernetics core scouted. I'm not convinced this is the best of plans, really, given that your opponent has primarily ranged units which can shoot them down, and the last thing you want to do is lose your cybernetics core at any point. We're seeing the standard 1 gas coming down. We're not seeing any particular massive aggression by the looks of it coming out of our Protoss player. So I imagine if he does the same thing he did last time, then he's going to basically wall himself in, so get himself a bit of a solid defense up, and then go DTs. Well, I suppose we'll see. We've got ourselves a bit of a... Oh, an Expo coming down. And Phantom Atlas can see it. You kind of knew it was there already, but it's definitely good to have it confirmed that it wasn't a fakey. We're seeing another Rax coming up to a total of 3. And this is the sort of build that I like to do. Possibly not the same gas timings, but still. And actually, we're seeing 2 workers on gas at this point. There we go. There's a few more. And yeah, a total of 4. I'm wondering whether this is a deliberate choice, because we've actually seen that a couple of times now. Deliberately just having 4 on gas. No more, no less. And later on he'll fix it, but there's always that gap. Whether there's a... by the way, pro tip for the people watching. You can talk in the chat too, and I will totally be taking people's things on board. Like, I don't want to be sitting here going, well, I clearly know better than you. Because you know what? I'm not that good. So, we're seeing a lot of nice stuff coming out of our Terran player. He's got a lot of gas coming in for not doing anything with it. Ah, we go. Pack to read. By the way, are we still lagging? Is it still bad? It might be the London Ingress server, it might not. I tried to fix it. Spawn addition. You require additional pylons. Oh, wow. So Rosanna Pansino is an amazing woman who makes nerdy nummies. Apparently, I get the feeling those are like Starcraft themed snacks. And someone tried to make a joke about requiring additional cakes. And I was just like, she makes baked goods and you went with cakes? Cakes? No! You require additional pylons! Finally got me a favorited tweet, so I'm happy with that. Interesting note from our Terran player over here is that he hasn't rallied his worker as his natural yet. It's one of those little things that doesn't seem like a big mistake at the time, but can rapidly add up, because the 40 minerals a minute those 2 workers aren't bringing in each. Well, let's just say if he doesn't notice it, and there's like 4 or 5 of them there we go. Straight into that gas, fixing that mistake. Observer going out, because it turns out observers are pretty bitchin'. And we don't have that much stuff. I mean, okay, the thing about Protoss is that all of their stuff is very expensive. And we are seeing what looks like some nice vision gathering coming out of Omnix. Forge, Twiglet Council, and Gateway. And again, it looks like we're going to go DTs. Because this looks very similar to the build we had last time. I think we'll have to see whether or not... Oh! You're going to DT drop, then HT drop. Jesus Christ. Interestingly enough, this move here implies that Terran is planning on expanding, but he doesn't have the minerals to do it. Ah, there we go. Doesn't have the building, rather. There we go. We are seeing what looks like an OBS coming in and spotting the 3rd base. Ah, now this is something we don't see very often, especially this early in the game. A sub 10 minute Raven. Gotta love the Unicorn Council, Looper Sam. You keep doing that thing. But yeah, we don't normally see Ravens this early. And no one would suspect that, because at this point you think Banshees, right? That's what you do. But no, Raven. So we are seeing that drop, which actually doesn't bode well for the DT drop that's about to happen. Because we're seeing the gas, and there's enough for 2 DTs there. Or rather, there was enough for 2 DTs, and now there isn't. I'm going to assume that at some point it is realised that more gas is needed, and therefore these things fill up. He's got 3 and 3 in the main. He's going to need. If he's going to do DT drops, he needs more gas. Currently got enough gas for 1 DT and enough minerals to sink the Titanic. Obs sitting there, not really telling anything, but useful for stopping drops. Actually, fun fact: you can patrol things up and down here to get the same effect. And the VAR prism goes in and pulls straight out again. Yeah. Because at this point, I think has he actually filled up? Yeah. The simulators in that finally filled up. Gas income skyrocketing. Skyrot where they tumble. In any case, that's enough for 2. Yeah, I figured as much. And we're seeing... Oh, okay. So 2 DTs and 3 Zealots. Which will disguise the presence of the DTs for a little while, because Zealots do chew through stuff fairly quickly. At this point, the DTs are doing precisely shit all. There we go. So he's actually going to kill an upgrade. But the Terran might not realise that he needs to actually scan. Whoa! That's an interesting move. He's trying to get away, but he's actually going to lose the whole thing. Ah, because the Raven was there. It was all the thing. Right, okay. So that was a bit of a painful drop loss for our Protoss player, who now has, well, not that much. Interestingly enough, going for the same sort of rally point, this sort of area for the Colossus as he did in at least one game that we saw. If we look at army supply, it's about even actually, which puts the Terran ahead economically. Because Terrans, man. And of course, the small force here, which has stimmed and not done anything with it. At this point, it's looking a bit dodgy for our Protoss buddy. So apparently, Omnix said he went on to win this game. I will be curious as to what the thing was with that. Oh, we're seeing eBay block, because it turns out you can. Not for very long, granted. I mean, like, all you need to do is warp in a couple of Zealots next to it and then it's done. But this could also be a useful scout for our Protoss buddy Omnix, trying to find out what his opponent's doing and whether he has a third base or not. And again, I mean, sort of... Oh, wait, he's going to check out... He's going to pylon block this base. Because it turns out that when somebody pylon blocks you... Sorry, eBay blocks you, pylon block them back. And then warp in DTs off the pylon. I'm going to see... We're seeing a bunch of barracks coming down, which will add up to a total... Oh, and there's the important one, the Ghost Academy. That's going to be painful for... Oh, there we go. A couple of Stalkers burn that eBay down. Or burn that proto-eBay down. This, however, is going to be the key thing, because at this point, essentially one of the big weapons you have as a Terran player is the ability to take, what, 80 or 100 damage off shields? And yeah, it's painful if you can do it right. It's really, really hard to do. And at this point, like, Terran's got a decent composition going. He needs maybe a few more Vikings. But if he knows what his opponent's doing, he knows he's getting Colossus, he knows he's getting, you know, all sorts of things. Third is late. Because oh, hello. There's a Marine guy. That's fine. Be interested to see what the reason for it. I got distracted by other things. So yeah, and as a Terran player, you got to be kind of grateful for that. Oh, but the Marine there showing an important fact that this is a Protoss army on the move, and that Marine stimming to run the hell back to where he just was. In fact, this Marine has now stimmed 3 times without being healed. Okay, fair enough. Storm mostly done. And actually, Omnix running out of need for pylons at this point. He does not require many and more additional pylons. Yeah, no, there's the sheer amount of bio here, but the upgrades are... they're alright. Ideally, you'd want to have more than that, and he does have the resources to get at least 1 more plus. And then we discover the pylon block. The problem with this is that it doesn't delay it. Oh, Omnix noticed the lack of sentries. Again, lesson to be learned there. Sentries are really good at holding back things away from the Colossus. And his opponent is getting +2 weapon upgrades on the Vikings. The question is, at what point is Phantom Atlas going to notice that this 4th base hasn't gone down? Presumably about now, actually. And he's used the all-army command to resummon everything. Except possibly that. So yeah, we're seeing some Marines shooting down here, shooting down here. Shooting down here, no DTs warping in because that would be slightly risky. Omnix actually supply blocked on 194. Terran finally getting +2 weapon upgrades, which would be good. Cloaks for the ghosts, as opposed to the same cloak icon for goddamn banshees. And anyway, 2 forges coming down. This is somewhat unexpected, but he's now got 3. And he's now got access to ground mobs level 2, and he's got all the buildings he needs, but he's not making them. And I was under the impression that unless you're dealing with, like, serious amounts of... Oh, lunch, a bunch of zealots. Unless you're dealing with a serious amount of Archons, there's not a lot of point in having the shield upgrades first, because the weapon upgrades are more effective. Charge lots getting attacked. Oh, everything gets stormed, everything gets EMP'd. A lot of pain going down right here. Lag City, but the zealots have a surround. The zealots are doing really quite nice for themselves. The bio is taking down the Colossus. But if the zealots can take these Marines out, then the medevacs are basically forfeit. There we go. Oh, what? Oh, what? How in the what? In the how? In the hooja? What? Okay, he's going Archons. I was just like, oh my god, how many Dark Templar does he need? It is in fact, actually, oddly enough, it was the best of one, I think, wasn't it? Wait, what round was this? What round is this? Okay, so we're seeing the attack, and we kind of know how this is going to go because Protoss has a shitload more stuff. Ah! Okay, that's interesting. So the shield upgrades were basically long-term planning. That's nice. And that's indicative of someone who really shouldn't be in bronze and silver anymore. Good stuff. Okay. So, as far as I can tell, so yeah, and then text switch. Should really get him on Skype for the next one. It'll make life so much easier. I should know. Let's not talk about that. But that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Right. Right, so we're hopefully going to go out and sort out the next game. And we'll see what Omnix actually wants to have analysed. By the way, anyone who's watching, feel free to sort of chime in on that one. You know what, I'm decent at talking about stuff, and I can make it sound really, really convincing. There's no guarantee of me actually being correct about anything. Okay, let's move slightly over here. There we go. Oh yeah, Melvin's in the Chizat. He's there. We also have Nicodemus, who's a baller dude. Neuras. This. Fair pliers. Got some other tools in there, and oh my god, why is the green screen dying on me again? Okay, so I need to drop out of this replay. And hopefully, we can get that absolute amazing bowler on Skype.
And once we can get him on Skype and have ourselves a chat.
Oh, no, I don't have the mechanical keyboard. At some point I will probably invest in one, but only when it's actually worth doing. We're now just waiting for the contact request so we can have a snack. When I say a snack, I mean a conversation.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Also, I might be able to reduce the lag somewhat by closing down the stream, so I need some people to tell me if shit goes wrong, basically. Also, having SCVRush's dashboard open will be a little bit bad. Dynasty's going to be in the chat in a bit. Actually, Dynasty should be arriving any second now. Excellent. Look forward to that. Bong bong dee ka bang bang dee ka bang bang ding daddle daddle daddle.
Sampridge B and Clouditix are both in the chat.
Although Samprit B is not actually visible on the little chat doohickey thingy. That's better. That's what we want. That's what we want. So recent. Waiting on contacts.
Oh yeah, my dog.
So many people. So many people. There's 9 of you. Don't know if I can cope with this. The pressure. The pressure. Oh God. I'm just waiting for the contact request to come through. Where did contact requests come through to? Oh. Right. We look like we have a call. Hello.
Hey.
So, you are the great and mighty Omnix.
Yeah, I guess.
That's alright.
And I'm not from Sao Tome.
You're from Sao Tome.
I don't know why that's on there.
I imagine when you made the account to start with, it was all like, "Where are you from?" And you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick a random place." I did that once.
Yeah.
I ended up being from Vanuatu for like 3 years. I don't even know where Vanuatu is. If anybody does know where Vanuatu is, you're a massive nerd, or you've looked it up on Wikipedia. So, you want to have a look at another replay? You want to set that replay up for us, and we can get in.
Yeah.
There.
You just gotta make me a party host.
Oh, I do, don't I?
I love your stream, by the way.
Thank you. I've worked very hard. Also, occasionally, it's one of those slightly happy things where one of my co-casters had to drop out due to real life being an arsehole. And therefore I ended up doing the whole thing alone.
That's fun. Yeah.
In any case, proceed. So
I've said in your chat before, I am Gold League. Low gold, though, on NA.
That's fair. There is a difference between the ladders on both of those things. In any case, we're going to get into this game. So, this is a game, did you struggle in this game then?
Yeah, actually, I thought I lost, and hallucinations saved me here. This is a game that was actually the hardest game that I've played throughout the day.
Wow.
Or at the tournament.
Okay. It's actually must have been fairly intense, because it isn't actually that long a game. But it is...
No.
I imagine it was fairly brutal. So, what was your sort of plan going into this game?
Well, I was gonna go for a fast expand. My fast expand against Terran's kind of weird. I do a gateway and cyber expand, like you saw in the last game.
Yeah.
I've been noticing lately that I should probably move my cyber back into my main and just put a double gate, because that actually almost lost me the game when I was versing. I want to say it was Sanableton or something like that. The last player that I played in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was looking at your placement going, if I was a Terran, I'd snipe the shit out of that.
Yeah. And when I was versing the Protoss, and he went in there with the 1 base, 3-gate Immortal, my force fields were the only thing that saved me back there. And he decided to give me some time to make some Void Rays.
And then some carriers, which, by the way, made me squeeze so hard. Oh my god.
I wish I noticed when I watched the replay by myself after the game and everything, I needed to have 2 more gates or stargates at least, and I probably should have been taking my 4th about the time when he attacked.
Okay.
Although when I did watch the replay, I kind of got
Yeah.
frustrated because he ninja'd. I don't like ninja expanding.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that it's like you look at the replay and you find out the things that you didn't know about what your opponent was doing, and you're like, you did what? Oh, God.
I don't know how I caught that because I was trying to constantly scout the map in case of that, and I just started stopping.
Well, that's the thing. Unless you set up something on a patrol path, eventually you have to use APM, and it's just painful to have to do that sometimes. We're seeing here at this point that you've basically seen your opponent your opponent's put down like what must be 2 racks, because he hasn't got enough gas for that otherwise. So at this point, is everything going according to plan?
Kind of. Every game I played him, he did a 1 rack expand, which I knew I could have just 4-gated him and probably won, but I like the macro games. I like longer games.
Yeah.
When I DT rushed during the last game, I was my hand. I have a carpal tunnel growing in my hand.
Ouch.
And so it's starting to hurt. So I just wanted to get it done and over with,
Yeah.
But
by the way, what's the sort of thinking behind the Oracle?
the Oracle I was gonna do for our Oracle harass, but I failed at it. I didn't notice that he scouted it until it's too late, because I come up there and I lose the Oracle. I misclick and make the Oracle go back into this turret.
Oh,
And-
unlucky. Yep.
Yeah, right there I thought that was game because I saw what his army was when I was crossing.
Well, at that point, you're 4 army supply behind. Oh,
Yeah.
you're going straight for carriers?
Yeah,
What?
I decided that since I'm gonna start massing up some sentries for hallucinations to scare them away until I get enough carriers. I've actually won a game before where it was just because of hallucinations. I had 48 sentries and I hallucinated carriers, or not carriers, void rays. Void
And your
rays
opponent
each.
just went screw you and quit?
Yep, I had a whole bunch of stalkers that were actual real, and the tickle damage from the sentries just crushed me.
Oh, man. So Melvin
He
saying you
BM'd me
missed
so
the
bad
first...
and called me a cheater.
And then looked at the replay and was sour. Yeah.
I told him to check the replay.
Oh,
I actually
interesting.
don't know if I
Forces
have
are
that
coming
video on my
in.
stream.
Do you want to slow it down a bit so we can see what happens here?
Yeah,
Because we're about
sorry.
to get attacked, don't you? So he's got ravens out, so presumably he could also tell the difference between hallucinations and real at this point anyway.
Yeah, that's why I target fire the Raven here pretty soon. I did too much of that. I tried target firing the Raven. I didn't get it as fast as I wanted to.
Yeah. But to
But
be
it
fair, at
seems
that
as-
point, he knows the Colossus are fake anyway, so...
Yeah. So I tried targeting the Marines here.
Yeah.
I accidentally grabbed the Colossus instead of the Sentry.
Oh! Oh, ow, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Because of the hallucinations that he attacked right here, it helped me hold this off. I noticed I used all of his Raven energy because I have the setup where in-game I could see energy.
Yeah. And why not?
And-
It's useful to know.
Yeah, and so I wasn't worried about any, I think it's seeker missiles.
Mhm.
They just destroy carriers.
Oh, yeah. Well, they do tons of damage and then they do splash on top of it. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, what?
That's why I brought my carriers back there, and then I noticed, and so I brought them back in. So I thought he actually did a good job here. It was a good attack on his part anyways, because he took out my third, so I'm having to place my third down. I knew that he would have placed his third
Yeah.
since he took out mine.
Yeah.
He's ahead. I believe he's ahead here, right now in Army Supply.
On Army Supply, he is... No, you're ahead on Army Supply. He's ahead on Workers. Well, the thing is, like, you've just killed off a whole bunch of his army, and you can remax a shitload faster than he can.
Yeah. And so these sentries right here, I think, saved me the most because he decides not to build another Raven.
Wow, okay,
And
yeah.
he's still making Vikings.
Because they work well against carriers? I don't know if they do they?
They do in large numbers without stalkers.
Ah, okay. But if you can cover the carriers, then
Yeah, but that's why I hallucinate Colossus, because I learned with HOTS Unit Tester, I love it, that Vikings will attack or auto attack Colossus instead of carriers.
because they prioritize things in a different way. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so that was the good part here. So I target fired some of the Vikings just to lower the number down.
Yeah.
Right here, this is kind of an all-in here. I thought I saw a fourth base with him floating, but no, that was just his third.
Yeah, according to the structure tab, he only has 3, and he's pushing out to try and take the fight to you with some workers pinned in the back.
Which I thought was an issue because right when I do that, is Vikings start targeting interceptors and Colossus. And right here, I thought I won for a second, and then I thought I lost. But
yeah,
I honestly think that those hallucinations saved me right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, bugging the AI out is always a good way to win.
Yeah.
And the worker pull, oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't mean to target the workers, but it happened.
It's all good, really. I mean, if you look at it from one point of view, if you kill off his ability to make anything, if you have anything left at the end of it, then he dies.
I forgot. Did you cast the I believe it was the first game that me and let me see here.
I can have a look.
It was my first game that I played today in the tournament. It was versus Seaspill. I forgot if you were...
I don't believe we did. I'll have a look in the replays, though, because it's always worth having that sort of thing in. No, it was Herpedy Derp versus Spanakos. Granis versus Herpedy Derp. Cabrera versus Sampridge B.
It was the very first...
No, unfortunately, those are the only games I've cast this evening.
Okay.
Do you want to show the replay?
Well, yeah, sure. It's a short game. I kind of felt bad because...
Are you following the chat,
I don't know why I felt bad. I won, but...
Are you following the chat?
No, I actually will load that up real fast.
Neuros is saying you don't sound like you should be in silver anymore. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree. The way you're thinking about these games, it seems to indicate you're about, yay far away from gold.
Yeah, I almost got plat on NA, and because I versed 5 platinums in a row and beat them all, but then I versed a master, then lost.
Yeah.
And then I had a losing streak right after that.
It happens. Well, at least you can no longer be demoted mid-season anymore.
Yeah, that's nice. This game is pretty short. I decided just to forgate him since he tries to cannon rush contain me.
Oh wow, you gotta love it when people do cannon stuff against the Protoss.
Yeah, but I felt bad just because I want to teach him how to do a cannon rush.
What? So if
he does it on the low ground.
So if he cannon rushed you properly, you wouldn't have forgated him?
No, because if he cannon rush me properly, I'm gonna pause it.
Yeah.
So right here, he could have placed a pylon or down here.
Yeah, I was thinking up in sort of this in the second spot there. Yeah.
If he placed 2 cannons, they'd be in range of the pylon, and that'd push me back to supply, and then he could just keep building cannons up. But he decides to do it on the low ground, then has no vision of the high ground. So I just have a stalker picking them off.
Which is presumably, I mean, I've had that happen to me as a Terran player, and what seems to happen is, actually, what's the build radius from that pylon? Yeah, what seems to happen for me is and there you spot the cannons.
Yep, and I try to set my zealot down. I don't have time. I'm not gonna lose all this.
Yeah, no, that's not.
So I was able to get that 1 probe out on purpose. I tried to psych the cannons, which worked, and I went and built a proxy pylon.
Nice. Oh, so that's what this work is off to do. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And right here, he had no vision on the high ground. Now that he does, cannon's not going to do anything to me if I kill the vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just going to start again. And he makes a comment here pretty soon that he's like, well, that was fast. And I didn't comment back on that, but...
Yeah.
At first I thought I lost this game because I thought he did a cannon rush 3-gate DT all-in. Because I was not prepared for that.
And then it turns out he just didn't have anything.
Yeah, right when I went up and scouted him with my probe, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm just gonna do this now.
I'm just gonna go kill you.
Yeah, because I went back to base right. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
No
right
worries.
when.
Tell you what, speedway through. It's not. Oh no, you're taking it out. Okay, never mind. But yeah, no, just looking at this, it was sort of like if you look at it from. I'm just going to quickly look at it from Sismel's point of view. I don't understand why people would do cannon rushing. I mean, I know there's sort of like people like Wiedemans who do that sort of thing all the time and actually got really good at it. Or Golsey, is
Yeah.
it that does it pro level?
Wiedemann does it.
Yeah.
Wiedemann's.
Also, random thing about your opponent. The way he's put his gateway down basically means that in order to mine, his workers have to go right their way around 2 mineral patches.
Oh wow.
That's not optimal.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
I learned placement's a big key and with Protoss and any race, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially like TVZ, you need as a Zerg, you need to be able to ward yourself into not.
I liked one of the comments earlier in the chat when I was done with my game and I was waiting. Somebody said it was when Spanikos was playing his opponent, and one of the people in the chat said Protoss building placement, it's Tetris. And I just laugh at that because everything's in a diamond formation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it is one of those things about like the as a sort of a really low like bronze level player, you don't need to think too much about where your buildings are. You just need to have the damn things. And then as you get up further up, you need to sort of polish and refine and shape. But yeah, no, that was a really good build. That was a really good thing.
Thank you. I have a quick question also.
Yeah.
With the tournament, it was like Wallman or something. Or
Wham.
yeah, Wham. Or Wham.
Yep.
He told me to email so and so about to get my prize. I wasn't sure if I get to pick the coach or if it gets picked for me.
I don't actually know, but I can find out. I'll just have a quick word with Wham as it is.
Yeah, because I actually play on NA mainly, since I am on the West Coast. But
alright, what part of the West Coast are you from?
I'm actually from Modesto, California.
Nice.
Fun, but I'm able to speak French. I took a couple classes of French in high school, and I'm getting better at it. My girlfriend's French, so.
Nice, that always helps.
Yeah.
I think basically the reason you're asking about the coach is because you're in America and would prefer therefore an American coach rather than someone from the EU.
Yeah, and I actually want a random playing coach or a random coach instead of Protoss because I want to play random.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I will look into this. I've got your Skype details now. I'll be able to let you know this later. I asked the admin and he said, talk to this guy, and this guy doesn't appear to be on. So, I'll get back to you about that later, certainly.
Okay, thank you.
Clouditix apparently saying got cannon rushed on stream. It got weird and ended up that he lost after a 2-hour game after a cannon rush.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's
kind of brutal. In any case, is there anything else you want to show off while you're here?
No, I'm good.
Anything you want to shout out while you're here?
I do. Everybody that's watching the stream, follow it up. This guy's a great caster. He's awesome. And if you're not already following SCVRush by itself, you should probably follow that too. It's great.
True facts, man.
Join the tournaments, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fun.
The more people we have, actually, the better it's going to be. So, and also, I believe there might be I believe there's some kind of plan for another type of tournament that we're going to work out the details on, but people should totally keep an eye out for because it's going to be.
Is there ever going to be a bronze and silver NA tournament?
There is a bronze silver NA tournament.
Really?
Yes, there is
see that.
Well, more specifically, there is a bronze silver gold NA tournament. But yeah,
I know about that one. I'm
there's
actually
not just one
debating about.
exclusively for bronze silver now. For some reason, the structure is different. Hey, go for it, dude.
I'm gold league on NA, so
go for it. You know what? It doesn't matter whether you're bronze, silver, or gold. You're in that bracket, and you know what? You played pretty damn well this evening. I mean, I reckon you. I don't know the quality of the opposition, but I reckon you'd be in with a reasonable chance, if I'm quite honest.
Thanks. The last 3 tournaments I joined on SCVRush, I lost the first round twice, and then I got to I want to say it was the quarterfinals, and then lost.
Nice. That's still an impressive run.
I kind of got mad though. You weren't casting today, but it was when Wolf was hosting a bronze silver tournament on EU also, and there was a team master player, which they didn't question just because he was bronze on 1v1, and he played as if he was platinum. He got kicked from the game later.
That's fair.
The tournament.
But it would have been nice if they'd caught him sooner, maybe.
Yeah. I even pointed it out, and they're all like, sorry, but it's 1v1. And I understand because, you know, they did put those rules out there, but after seeing us play.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's sort of... It's one of those things that if we regulate via 4v4s, then I probably wouldn't be allowed in any tournaments at all, because I play with... Like, there's a guy I know called Fish, who actually went and competed in, like, the DreamHack Open and played against Empire Cass and didn't lose horrifically. Yeah. So if I went in on that record, I'd never get to play anything.
I was happy because on NA I did a 2v2 with Marine King Prime.
Oh, shit, dude. That's amazing. Have you got the replay?
No, not anymore. I actually lost it on my last computer.
Oh, man. Okay,
yeah, no, it was great.
If you ever get to do that again, save it. Oh, hey. No, that's cool. You know what? If Marine King says feed me, you're like, sir, yes, sir.
We were playing 2 master players, and I fail. I fail at 2v2s. I'm Gold League 2v2, and I paid $5 for him to play with me, and you know it was just a quick thing. My friend paid for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Fun. But
so is that was how it was set up then?
Yeah, and then later down the road, I played with Protec and Suppy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and that was fun.
That's baller, that is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a pretty awesome story. I think you win the awesome story of the day. I don't have a prize for
it.
But
yeah, no, I felt like Plastic League when...
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh man, I was standing next to this white-hot flame and I felt so cold. Yeah, it's not really a thing to say, man, I'm not as good as MKP. Shit, I'm not quite as good as Suppy. Most people aren't. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm Silver League Pro, or low gold Silver League Protoss, and Silver League Terran, but I'm trying to get better with the Terran.
Nice.
Because I was actually told by Winter Starcraft, he's a master player, and he just said that I have potential as being a good Terran player. So I was like, you know what? But
well, maybe you can get. What sort of education age are you at the moment? Are you in sort of, is it college? You guys call it?
No, actually, I am 16.
Okay. So yes, potential.
And I'm supposed to be a junior in high school, but I believe I know the French school system, but I don't know if it's the same as the British school system.
Probably not. We're weird.
Does it go from 12th to 1st?
No.
Or does it?
No. We go from year 1, which is I think at like 3 or 4 years old, up to year 11, which is 16. And that's your sort of your GCSEs, which are this is where you can officially stop doing school, sort of.
Yeah.
And then there's like sixth form college, which bridges the gap between that and university, which is 2 years to 3 years maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like years 12 and 13, and it's kind of a weird thing. And then you go straight into university from there, which I think you guys call college. I don't know.
Yeah, it's college, universities, whatever.
Yeah. But you know what? You keep practicing like this, by the time you actually get to college age, there may well be an esports team at your whatever college you go to.
Yeah. Actually, at the high school I'm going to, there's an esports team.
Shit, yes. So yeah, get in there.
It's a small team. It's like 6 people because we're all nerds.
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, no, absolutely. Well, the thing is, like, the great thing about StarCraft for me is that it's a meritocracy. If you are an amazing baller, you do well. You know, that's just how it is. And okay, people like myself can get by on being like Gold League scrubs and still being interesting, but we're not doing it for the play, we're doing it for the casting.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone like yourself, you can work your way into like Diamond and Master by the time you hit that level.
Yeah.
They'll be able to give you a support structure, they'll be able to nurture that talent, and shit, I want to see you in an MLG someday, dude. Be amazing.
Yeah, that's actually one of my big dreams out there. I also put in my video try to win Dr. Pepper Ultimate Gaming House. If I won that, I'd be the happiest person ever. But no, I'm spending close to $400 on a keyboard and mouse just so my carpal tunnel won't stop me.
Shit, that's dedication to the cause, that is, huh? But
well,
you know what?
I like gaming. It's fun. I also it gives me an excuse to play games, but also a reason to work out and everything like that, because you got to get a good mentality and fast reflexes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's brilliant. Hey, you know what? If you ever make it into MLG, I'll make damn sure I'm there to cast it.
Yeah, no, I actually wanted to ask, how do you become a caster for SCVRush?
I did a whole bunch of casting on my own, like just sort of like with random games with my friends, and then the vacancy came up because they had some people disappeared for a bit, and there was basically a thing on Reddit, I think it was, saying casters needed for SCVRush. So I sent the guy an email that was like 500 words long, going, "I would be really good at this. Please give me a job. Oh God, please." And Virgin went, "Okay, yeah, you start in an hour," and I'm like, "Oh God." So yeah.
Yeah, I've done little tournaments here and there, like prizes for $50, and one was $100 for first place.
Oh, another thing that helps with that sort of thing as well is there was a LAN near where I live. It was the university thing, and I just went along and said, "You guys got any casters?" And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "I could totally cast the whole evening," and I only meant to be there for like an hour and a half. I ended up getting there at like 7:30 and left at like 2 in the morning. But it was just basically just doing what you saw me do this evening. I was sitting and bullshitting about games for as long as I possibly could before the thing ended. And okay, it was fairly easy to tell who was going to win at the beginning because there were like 3 gold level players, a couple of plats, and 2 guys in masters, and it was like, it's going to be one of those guys, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm actually the guy that wanted to 1v1 you.
Oh, sweet.
A couple days ago.
We can totally do that if you want. You'll probably kick my ass, but you know.
I probably won't be, so I'll play as random, but
yeah, sure.
I know you said that you're gonna do some replay analysis, so if you want to do that, then hit me up. I'll be watching your stream probably for the rest of the day until you close it or anything.
Well, I'll be going for at least another hour or so because you know what? I've actually got really quite a good Dynasty in the chat saying having played with who the hell was it? They're playing at college. Anyway, I'm gonna just check out how many people are actually watching. 12. Oh shit!
Oh, by the way, to the viewers that you have right now, any of them that played in the tournament, if I versed you or not, y'all did good, and you should probably join the next one. You know.
You know what this guy
Wasn't
is?
Dynasty supposed to be in
Dynasty
tournament?
was in tournament. Dynasty got knocked out in round 1 by somebody, but I forget who now. Apparently it was one of those slightly unfortunate things of running into the wrong person and then falling over slightly. It was Bronze Silver 41 today, wasn't it?
He was versing a Terran. Terran's annoying when you're playing as Zerg.
Yeah, they make Widow Mines and you cry slightly inside.
Yeah, Widow Mine's OP.
Actually, more than that, the person Dynasty was facing and therefore fell out to was in fact the runner-up last week.
Oh, cool. So he's not that bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
For some reason, I thought Dynasty won the last tournament.
I genuinely can't remember. Oh, that's not good. Let's go back a week and find out. What the hell's going on? It's the 23rd. That was it. Samwise versus Protoss. Oh wow, there's someone in the game called Protoss who was actually a Zerg.
Yeah, and then there was a Terran that was a Zerg.
Yeah, Terran is also a Zerg. Why would they do that? But I can only get the dates for the NA one from last week, which is very annoying. Actually, no, past. There we go.
Oh, Dynasty in the BS EU number 39 was or got killed in the semifinals when he was versing PHM. Looks like.
Yeah, and PHM went on to do really well. Dynasty actually lost out to Apes last week, but it was a 2-1, so it was very nicely done. Yes, Dynasty. Terran was a Zerg with a Protoss portrait. Oh dear.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So if you want to verse me right now, sure, but
I'll do a bit
If you
more
want
replay
to
analysis for now, and then we'll
Yeah.
try and... But tell you what, I'll try and find a time, because there's been a couple of people who want to 1v1 me at the moment, so I'll try and set up a date. I'll keep an eye on my Twitter, I'll sort something out.
Okay, actually, I need to follow you on Twitter. Can you
Please
post
do.
a link in the chat or
Of
something?
course I can!
Because you don't have it down here on your bio area.
Oh, damn, I don't.
No, you should probably put that on there because that'd be nice.
That would be brilliant if I could do that. If I remembered how to be a human being and remember things, that'd be good.
I'm not trying to be rude when I'm saying
No.
this.
This is really good advice for me to be able to remember to do things like put my guard down. Oh, the person who is talking, by the way, is our victorious person today. The great and somewhat terrifying Omnix, who hopefully won't
Yes,
be
a
in Silver
gold
for very
league
long.
scrub.
Yeah, I'm a Gold League scrub. I can be Gold League.
No, I'm the gold league scrub here.
Hey, we can both be Gold League scrubs. Anyway, I'm gonna try and find. I will try and sort out the setting up of that thing later, because at the moment it's being weird. I can't find my profile. Ugh. I need to edit my profile. What the hell's going on with that? But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bit more replay analysis from a couple of games that. Here we go. Follow me on the Twitters. Oddly enough, like every social media thing I have is all the same, because nobody else uses my name. But that should be fine. Changes saved. Follow me at Novawulfen. If you don't know how it's spelled, check the URL that you're currently watching. Boom. Haha, Mikkel Takeo says Wood League forever. Yeah, there's so many jokes I could make there. I'm just not going to. In any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up on you for now.
Okay,
but
talk to you later, man.
talk to you later, and we'll have some 1v1 sometime.
Okay, actually, what time is it there in London?
In London time, I'm actually in Sheffield, which is in the north, but that's
Oh.
fine. It's okay. Like nobody outside the UK knows where any shit is in this country. London time right now is 9:20. How about yourself? You said you're West Coast, which I think means 9 hours behind us.
I think so.
What time is it where you are?
5 p.m. there is 10 here.
So that's 7 hours difference.
11. Well, it's 2 o'clock here right now.
It's 2 o'clock there, so that's 7 hours.
Or if
time
you're going
difference.
by the 24-hour clock, it's
14.
what? Man, I gotta get better at this.
It's 2 p.m. right?
Yeah.
It's 1400 then.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
at 12.
We're, we're having people arguing about which of the fake leagues that is really bad is what is better.
It's
Yeah.
Dirt League, guys. Dirt League's the best.
Right, you need to go before you kill me. I'll speak to you soon, alright?
Okay, see ya. Thanks.
Have a good one. Bye. That was pretty sweet. Might actually suggest doing that. I might actually suggest doing that again in future. Not specifically with him, although, never going to complain if we can get him back on. But... Oh, yeah. No, if he's still here, yeah. But no, what I'm thinking might actually try and do is actually do like a little post-match interview with the winner. That could be amazing. Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, if you win again, I'll have you back on. But you gotta win. Bring it. In any case, actually, no, the bring it makes me sound confrontational. Then they'll beat the shit out of me because late game protest, late game TVP is hard. In any case, we're going to do a bit more of a replay analysis, and I figured I'd give you guys the option of what we were watching today. So, the options we have for the remaining games are Sampert B versus Cabrera from Sundval's Finest, that's the Zerg versus Terran. We've got Sundval's Finest Granist versus Herpety Derp the Terran, that's TVT. We have 2 of those. We have ourselves Herpety Derp versus Spanakos. Oh, dude, go for it. Win it. Chicken dinner, I guess. Go make things end. Win it. And when you do, send us the replays. We'll do some analysis on them. Not tonight, because by the time you get done with that, it'll be like 3 in the morning my time, and fuck that, I'm not staying up for that much. Oh, Dynasty's offering a game with Black Ice. You know what? That sounds good. And in fact, if you like, we could get you on Skype as well. And have a natter with you about what you're doing. If the stream is lagging, a couple of things I can suggest would be try a restart, a refresh, clear your cache, that might help. But yeah, Dynasty. If you want to get in game, and say hello. We can get your replays up. You can host it. I'll join the replay. And if you give me your Skype details, then we can chat. If you don't want to, that's fine. The Skype is just an added bonus. It's not actually compulsory in any way. But you heard how well it went with the last guy. So, if you're interested, PM me your Skype details and I'll add you. Yeah, Melvin is absolutely correct. Often when this sort of thing happens, it is because Twitch is lagging out. And one of the reasons that we've seen this happen in the past is because LOL streams are happening. By the way, Dynasty, regardless of whether you want to be on Skype or not, I would like to see a replay. It depends. What game are you talking about, and do I already have it? I don't think I do, because you only show you one game, isn't it? I don't have the replay, so you'll need to... You know what? I love replay games. In that case... Oh, wow. That's hardcore. Okay. Can you get to the... If you can get to the replay, then you can email it to me, and I will cast it thence. You can keep us informed in the chat as to exactly what you were thinking about different parts of the game. Oh, I'm in the right email address. Yeah! Well, it's up to you. If you send me the email, I will cast it. If you don't, I can't, because I don't have it. In any case, while we're waiting... when Cloudatics offering me a 2-hour game that starts with a cannon rush. Might do that, but would involve a lot of fast forwarding. In that case, while we're waiting for emails to come into novawulfen@gmail.com containing replays, enough content. I could do a whole thing about that. But yeah, while we're waiting for that, and I will be keeping an eye on my Gmail because it's right here. I've got TVZ, TVT, TVP, PVP, and 2 of which are Omnics, who we just spoke to. If you'd like to see anything about that? Yeah, sure. I mean, actually, Aki... I'm assuming it's Aki and me. One of the things that I do, actually, is I cast the Thursday Diamond and Master Tournament, also hosted by SCVRush, which, by the way, if you're not in, go and sign up. Go. And then show us your replays. Samprit B wants to be casted. So tell you what, for the moment, we'll cast Samprit B. By the way, I like doing this sort of analysis after the Masters games as well. I'm going to go out there and be honest and say I'm not the best analyst of that sort of level of game. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to cast the game I have of Samprit B, and then we'll move on to a ZVP as soon as I can work out which one of those I actually have. I don't actually have any from today. So if you want me to cast ZVP, you'll need to send me a replay to novawulfen@gmail.com, shockingly enough. But until then, we will have Samprit B versus Sunval's finest Cabrera. And if memory serves, this game was actually quite intense. Because the Zerg did that thing that Zergs do to try and kill Bio, and the Terran made Bio. So, Samprit B, we're going to watch through this game from your viewpoint. Because that way we can pick over everything you did. So, we're going to move it right along. We've seen that standard, oh my god, epilepsy. And we're going to get ourselves into either send it to me on the dashboard or that'll do for an email address. So yeah, we're getting that standard wall in, chasing that drone away because you don't want it to have it there, and then the walling goes down, which is good. At this point, you don't know, but your opponent's what's it called? Spawning pool is not finished, and the Reaper comes out without considering the repercussions. Hey! Oh, skidoosh. So, pulling up the camera, I'm going to slow this game down fractionally. The workers managed to move out and seen that there is a base there, unless your opponent has expandinated. By the way, Samprit B, did you know at this point, were you able to oh, for God's sake, I'm not actually looking at the game, never mind. Were you able to deduce, by looking at this bit here, that your opponent had in fact gone pool first? Was that something you knew? In fact, I'm going to try doing something a bit weird. I'm going to take the webcam and I'm going to expand my face like this. And sit out of the way. Because now I can point to shit on the screen. See? You see how that works? You see? Yeah. Actually, no, we'll shrink it down for now. But if needs must, we can expand it later. So, yeah. Were you aware that the person, the thing? Melvin says something about wrong scenes. Curse you, Melvin. In any case. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that like, I imagine it comes with practice, but you have that moment where you're like, so he's expanding, isn't he? Therefore, he must have gone pool first. So, we'll watch the camera. Skirting around. Just leaving the Reaper there for a second to go and do some macro. And then Shazam. Leaving the Reaper to get some kills. Building some racks. At this point the Reaper's getting surrounded, but that's okay because he's actually done his job. He killed a couple of workers. In fact, if you look at units lost, units killed, you've killed off 2 workers, and you've got an idea of your opponent's timings and intentions. Okay, we've got another Reaper coming in. Getting in there, seeing all the Zerglings, and getting the hell out of town. Once you get off Creep, it's a lot easier to kite Zerglings with a Reaper. And part of me is actually slightly sad that they got rid of the Reaper ability to see up cliffs. In any case, we've got the natural finished. And good choice to do it on the high ground because fuck doing that sort of thing on the low ground. I would actually have suggested, at this point, that this wasn't necessary. If you actually look at the sort of supply you've got, why is Starboard still up? Get rid of Starboard, go away. If you actually look at the supply you've got, you don't need 2 at once at this point, you just need the 1. Dynasty's saying you have a problem with audio games, you don't drone scout. Well, there you go then. Sounds like you solved your own problem already. In any case, yeah, Semper B. I would suggest like 1 at a time, because that way you've got 100 minerals that you can spend on stuff, which could include like these dudes here. I don't think it would have made a massive difference in the long run, but it would have been a bit more useful than not having anything producing at this point. Then again, this is nitpicking. Like it's possible that I'm talking out of my arsehole, and it's actually quite useful to have them there. But oh, you do Eco Cheese. See, I used to do Eco Cheese versus Zerg. I used to do the Griffith build. Yeah. You should talk to... Oh, who was it? There was a player who was in... Oh, hello. So that Ling's going to go in and die. There was a player in a tournament last week who I've seen a couple of times do the same thing. And what he does is he goes... Zerg goes versus Protoss, goes straight for lair, like rushes lair, and then, once he's rushed to lair, lays down creeps, 2 spine crawlers and a spore crawler in front of his opponent's wall, and starts beating it to death, and then the Lings run in. And it's one of those things that works really, really well. When it works at all. Yeah. In any case, I think I just saw our admin Wolf come on for a second there, but nope. She is busy. Ooh, excuse me. So, that Widow Mine right there saved your goddamn life. I'm not even kidding. Like, what's about to happen? That Widow Mine saved your goddamn life. Who are we asking about the leagues? Because I think Dynasty's in silver, and I'm in gold. By the way, if you watching what I'm saying, and you're just like, well, that's just dumb, then by all means do correct me on stuff. I'm just going with what I think and what I see. And no workers actually killed by this Ling. Then it dies. So, the base finally lands. And I like the Widowmine production. Yeah. What is that thing of trying to get the sort of the supply up? I'm curious about this wall. Nice, top silver. Okay, 2 things I wanted to ask about. So, Samprit B, who is still in the chat, I believe. Samprit B, if you would care to tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, this wall. Is there a reason why there isn't a bunker in it? Usually that's how these sorts of things start. There's like a bunker here, and then you can sort of tile the supply depots around it. And there's sort of different definitions of whether people go sort of 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. But they don't usually just make a wall with supply depots, especially because then you end up with this little problem here where the thing isn't walled in properly. Is there a reason behind that? Or is that was that just, oh god, I need to wall in? In any case, also the other thing I wanted to ask about was, is there a reason why you just, was it a specific choice to not make a another thing for the medevac and then not put these workers on here, or was that? Oh, okay, no, that's fair. I'm also curious. Yeah, the other thing was about the medevacs is why you're making one at a time. Was it just I don't really need that many, or was it I need the resources elsewhere, and thus I can't really use the widow mine? I can't really use that many medevacs yet. I'm not saying it's wrong. It was because in the end it turned out to be quite cool. But I'm wondering whether that was a conscious choice or whether that was an oh shit, I don't have time to make it now. I might as well make one at a time. Yeah, one widow mine is never enough. You think it is, and actually in this case, the widow mine didn't kill everything. It didn't kill absolutely everything, but it did kill a lot of stuff. And we'll see that in a minute. So we've got ourselves a wall in, and the interesting thing about this wall here is the fact that this little divot exists here. Because if you're just running lings at this wall, chances are they'll end up in this divot here, like this little gap here. And there's the banelings, and also that right there was cost effective. So it was going for mine drop. Okay, that's cool. So at this point, you've now seen the banelings on your goddamn doorstep. What was going through your mind? I'm going to assume that it was oh shit, banelings. But even so, you haven't actually seen all of his forces. So what was sort of like in your head? Bearing in mind that this is one arsehole of a baneling bust. I hate baneling busts myself, so I need to make more mines. You thought it was an easy hold? You thought you had this down? As long as, to be fair, as long as you've got the mines in place. But yeah. So yeah, the lings, and at this point the widow mine hasn't fired yet because it takes a second and a half to do so. Let's see how many kills this little bastard gets. Oh! At this point, I've only just moved forward a few seconds. In fact, I'll go back again. So at this point, we see the worker go down. And he goes down there automatically. That's because he can't get back in, I think. And he gets taken out by a baneling. 2 banelings. Okay, at this point, the thing comes in and the lings flood in. That's 10 kills. In fact, let's just have a quick look at the unit counter while we're doing this, because the thing that made the biggest difference was how many banelings died there. So he's got 4 banelings left. 3 banelings left. Which means that this wall was actually incomplete, but it really didn't matter that much. But only 1 ling made it in. Okay, it was then a pain in the ass until somebody shot it dead, but still. And the SCV should not be able to get this far into the opponent's base. Just saying. Okay, so what we've seen there is not a lot. At that point, yeah, as I said on the stream, you've not seen anything that you haven't seen before. Yeah, Marine tank is really good against Zerg, but the problem that you face is the fact that Mutalisk's so much better now. So you have to micro like a boss. Actually, as far as I'm aware, the best thing against Zerg at the moment is the build. Because you think about it, and then you make Hellbat Marine Marauder Medevac. Okay. So at this point, you're sending out some stuff. You're sending out your widow mines. If we look at the structures tab, we will see that your opponent has 1 spore crawler. And you're sending it out. Not looking at it because at this point you don't really need to. Your opponent probably doesn't have a spire, especially because you took so much stuff making that. Oh, we have ourselves a game on Polar Night, so we should download that while we're thinking about this. By the way, just as a pro tip for the next time, if you could let me know in your replay, when you send me the replay, how many kills? Actually, that's not too bad. That's 7. Oh, and a good pick up there. If you can let me know just the names of the competitors, it means I can rename the replay. It makes life a little easier. And the Winter Mine tries to bury itself over here. It does quite well, if memory serves. Out of view of the... Oh, that was good, and then it died. So, if we're looking at, like, units lost at this point, way ahead. Yeah. There's... Hubbard's bringing up some good points about Marine Tank. And also in TVT, it's also partly about the air dominance, isn't it? Hubbard's saying that with Widow Mines you can advance easily, but you need a lot of patience with tanks, which a lot of people don't have. Not necessarily micro-related.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, the mine! Oh, never mind. So, yeah, and what I'm understanding is sort of like the tank thing is going to change soon because Widow Mines are being nerfed slightly and tanks are being buffed ever so slightly as well, which is going to be absolutely baller because the DPS of tanks is going up. More specifically, the fire rate of tanks is going down, therefore they're speeding up. And I like the fact that you've got a bunch of Marines in your main. They're useful anti-mutalisk units. What was it at this point that made you put down... Dynasty, there's a nerf incoming for Widow Mines that narrows the splash radius, I think. David Kim has said he is thinking about it. Therefore it's going to happen. Okay. Kappa. Or apparently there's also the word Angbadang, which I have no idea what it even means. By the way, Samprit B. Still looking at you. Winner Mines. But yeah, Samprit B, at this point, some point in the non-too-distant future, you throw down a shitload of turrets. I have to ask, what made you do it? What was it? I want to know what it was that you saw, or thought, or felt, or intuited, or guessed, that made you go, hashtag Angbadang, that made you go, I need turrets, like 6 turrets. Ah, you actually saw the spire. Oh, right. Was it with this scam? No, there it is. Yes. Okay, no, that's cool. It was just got a reaction. So in fact, at that point you're just like, oh shit, I'm gonna make Thors. That's fair enough. Thor's a pretty boss. And yeah, also there's a minute amount of oversaturation on your main. You might want to look at that. Basically, it's as far as I can tell, there comes a point when it's not worth having more than 16 workers on minerals if you've got another base to put up. So sort of transfer them down, maynard them down. It's worth doing apparently. Also, that's a shitload of mules. I'm just going to say. But yeah, I like the turret construction. And it meant that when your opponent tried to kill you with Nucleus, you just had a shitload of stuff down. And that's a lot of stuff there. I'm glad you cancelled some of them because that was a little excessive. One thing I would... Oh, I don't know. I don't want to say anything more just there. I like the fact you got the medevacs... I was actually curious, was this medevacs just left here for ages for any particular reason? Oh, yeah. Because, like... are they floating a few minerals? Just a few. Was this just like a... Oh, yeah, I've got a full medevac. That's fair. It's one of the things that happens. So we've got a shitload of stuff. I would argue that you're not making full use of your production at this point. Bearing in mind that you have a maximum capacity of shitloads. But then again, that's why you're building all the supply depots. So yeah, there's a lesson learned. Build more supply depots. Or rather, build them more consistently, I think. Because you build a lot of them, you just build them in spurts. But that's pretty good. And yeah, you've sort of minimised your workers on your main, which is good, because you don't really need that many anymore. Move them down to the 3rd. Upgrade. Now, interesting. Scanning. You know everything your opponent has and also where the bulk of his forces are. Actually, this is an interesting thing for me right here. These seem to be anti-drop defences. But they don't seem very cost effective. Because, like, if you drop right on them, then you lose 2 Marines and kill everything else. In any case, we'll worry about that later. Oh, Thor saw the muters. Presumably at this point you were like, okay, I'm just going to build a couple of reinforcing turrets on this side because that's actually quite a lot of muter. The two Thors also helping. Am I correct in my assumption, Sampler, to be? I like your army size there. Lots of Thors. For some reason, at this point, your opponent was farting around with the meters over here. And they don't move from this spot for a really long fucking time. Like, just genuinely, they don't move at all. This is why you don't find them. Is the stream lagging? We'll see what happens. Moving out with that army. It's taking down a turret there. That's interesting. See, the thing is, at this point in the none too distant future, it's going to get very bloody for you. If memory serves, you have like a couple of 4K res. I'm not putting it out at 4K res, you douche. It's always nice when you can walk out with Marines from something like that. Oh, did you notice the muters? Because I was looking at this going, no, the Medivacs! The Medivacs! Oh, God! Good win on my micro. Yeah, the problem you got at this point is all your shit's really damaged. And those Marines! Oh my God, I didn't realise how fragile they were. They kill a bunch of your stuff. It amuses me, actually. Your opponent is going for adrenal glands. He doesn't have anything to use with it.
Upgrade complete.
What's your hotkey setup? Sambrit B, what's your hotkey setup? Ah, right, okay, the stream's fine. In come the Medivacs. Angels of mercy in this world of sin. No, seriously, Medivacs save Terran lives. Thor is here! At this point, you really want to be focusing shit down, but unfortunately, it's really hard to do. Ah, the Medivacs, no! That was painful for the Zerg right there. He's losing a lot of muters. At that point, you're basically exchanging very effectively there, actually. No more upgrades for you. But the only upgrade he's getting is one you can't stop him having. Also, did you spot the lings that came in from up here? Did you spot the lings that came in from this base? Because for a second there they went straight past your Marines and got shot to bits. But it's that sort of thing of yeah, here we go. You can see them if you look at your cam. The lings came in from where your Marines were, which is like, okay. Incoming! Thing is, they're taking down Thors with Baneling with Meterling Bane. And it's at this point that you're sort of looking at this game going, oh God, he's wasting Banelings on Thors. It takes, like, okay. Thor has 400 hit points. Baneling does 22 damage, so it takes loads of them to take a Thor down. At this point, the Lings are doing a shitload of damage, but even so, it's still not cost effective to waste Banelings on them. It was slightly painful watching your Medivacs die. I feel sorry for Medivac drivers. Yeah, splitting is good. CC on 1, Barracks on 3, Factory on 4, and TVZ and TDP, and Starport on 4. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I think, like, because I tend to have, like, what is it? Army on 1, Secondary Army on 2, CC's on 4, Racks on 5, Factory on 7, Starport on 6. And I think I try and put eBays on the upgrade buildings on the same thing as the thing they upgrade, so like eBays on 5 and Factories on 7. But yeah, stutter stepping is brutally effective, but also really hard. I'm actually surprised you brought in your Widowmine defences from over there. What was the thinking behind that? Oh, Starport on 5, is it? Okay, that's fair. Is that because you don't... You have to factor in a different hotkey? At some point soon, we're going to see some stuff here.
Your forces are under attack.
That's fair. Oh, the Thor missed micro. But he did waste a shitload of banelings. In fact, I think he wasted almost as much gas in banelings as you did in Thor there. So that wasn't too cost ineffective.
Mineral field depleted.
They use them because they want to kill mutas, as far as I can tell. In theory, Thors are really good against mutas. I don't know. I also thought the fact that the guy was going for... I also thought it was interesting the fact that the guy was going for ultras at this point. Primarily, the problem for me with going ultras at this point is that you have no ultra upgrades. There's no chitinous plating, and getting 5 ultras is not going to be cost effective against the freaking huge amounts of bio that the Terran's going to have. Like, he's going to have... You've seen him go bio mine. And you didn't kill any mines? Oh well. But yeah, sort of pushing out like this. Define pro indeed. Actually, technically speaking, I'm sort of pro. At Unreal Tournament, weirdly enough. Because I won prizes worth $50. Oh yeah. And this is something that I like you doing here. You're just clearing out the creep. It's being a royal pain in the ass for the Zerg because they hate it when you clear the creep out. And then, because you got on top of his production, bad things happen to his army. Random question, is that mine borrowed? Yes, it is. Nice. I didn't see that go down. The workers die. And at this point, someone did come into the game really late at this point and went, wow, Zerg's on 2 base at 20 minutes. No. Yeah. I'm wondering whether you run into the same problem that In Control said he had the other day, which was he looked away from his army for a second and most of it died. A fun thing you can also do here, if you look at the everyone cam, there's a fuckload of tumors here as well. Just kill them off while you're here, you know. Yeah, and then we see the ultras. That was a bit of a misstep there, I think, because you walked your army into banelings, but it happens. And the mutas come in, and this is a bit of a clean-up here. Clean up on L6. But it turns out you've got the production and the money to do something about it, apart from anything else. And yes, I imagine that was a... Oh, gotta love them. The medevacs. Oh god, the medevacs, I can hear them screaming still. The fact that you're 4 base turn going up to a 5 base turn versus a Zerg who's on 2 base is actually really good for you. The thing is, at this point, you've got to avoid what I call the death throws. Because if you actually look at the army supplies, Zerg's way ahead. And therefore is in a much better position to come and mess your entire life up than you think. The macro. In fact, yeah, you've got enough minerals to make a shitload of marines here. And at some point soon, I hope you actually do it. Because not doing so, I think, may nearly have cost you quite a lot. In fact, let's have a quick look at energy on stuff. We've got no mules there. That, one of the things that I would have liked to have seen, actually, was I was looking at this going, make it a PF, make it a PF, make it a PF, make it a PF, and it's the sort of thing that you can't really focus on at the time, but you know, something to bear in mind in future. So we've got 1 mule there. Actually, there's only 1 mule available. That's pretty good. Oh no, there's 2 mules available. Live with pausing. Oh, guys. Okay, so what you're about to see is a result of Terran interference. The Zerg was not originally actually on this many bases. The Zerg was in fact originally on 4, about 10 minutes ago. But then, this happened. See, there was a base here, it died. There was a base here, it died. And I think there was a base, this base here took a shitload of damage as well. Zerg was on 4 bases, Zerg got knocked back to 2 bases. That might be one of the reasons why it's not doing so well. Also, if that had been a planetary fortress, then this shit would have done very little. In any case, go back to Samprit B's vision. Yeah, Zerg needs to be... Well, the thing is, like, Terran's on one base. In terms of actual mining bases, that's not a mining base anymore, but it has mules. That one's about to become a mining base. That one's not a mining base. So in terms of actual mining, this is it. This and this is the 2 mining bases. Compared with the Zerg's, nothing, really. Actually, oh shit, I've just had a horrifying realization. Zerg doesn't actually have enough minerals left. No, Zerg has enough minerals left to get another base up. Just. But not enough to fuck around. So yeah. But at this point, Zerg has quite a large army, and it's sitting, about here. And the thing is, the Mutalisks were farting around here, because there's only 2 turrets. They could sweep in and destroy that. And you attempted to morph a planetary, and I like it, the fact that you did it. It was a little bit late. And then you sacked a few workers, because it turns out workers. Now, those marauders are amazing in many, many ways. The problem is, your army supply is a decent size now. You just need to cluster it up a little more, I think. Okay, so you sacrificed and lost that. Your opponent doesn't go around to check the back, which means that this base around here, I have to admit, I was looking at this going, he's about to come and attack you, why is your army at the back? The wall there, not actually a wall, but it does funnel your enemy quite nicely, which means that the marauders and the Thor at the front take the brunt of the damage of that attack. Which is always nice. And it's always nice when you can do that thing of, I'm just going to look away for a second and then things will die. So yeah, at this point, Cabrera, having worked really hard, is now down to 38 army supply and has an income of next to nothing at all. I have to admit,
Base is under attack.
Mutalisku! That 1-stim marine. That 1-stim marine there. Make things! And actually, I like the fact that you just A-moved your entire army at them and hoped that it worked. Which it did. You lost your base, you chased the mutants off. I think they mostly died trying to escape your base. Like, annoyingly enough for them. So yeah, they come across the middle, get shot up a bit more. Then the Thors take apart.
Our SCVs,
SCVs are under attack, but the Thors are chasing them off, so there's only 3 left. Wars! You're going to bed? Okay. Oh shit, is it? Okay. Well, tell you what, pull the door to, and if I'm too loud, send me a text. See me, I can see my phone. I can, excellent. Sorry, I have housemates who want to do things like sleeping. In any case, we'll just finish this one off. This is actually quite a nice game. But yeah, we've got like 2 Mutalisks left, both of which are on... Oh, one of them's on 1 hit point. I think he's actually about to die. Yep, there he goes. So yeah, he gets away with 1 Mutalisk. And at that point, Cabrera's like, yeah, oh. So that's that. Cabrera says GG. And while your army is at home, doing very little at all, leaves the game, and Sampert B is the winner. Very nicely done. Army count? 94 to 14. We look at the units. Zerg has... okay, Zerg has 2 banelings. 2 banelings, which actually have been hit for quite some time, I think. Hang on a sec. I'm actually going to see exactly how long those banelings were there. So you end up with a thing there. Those banelings were there from... Oh, well, the baneling nest had just gone down, so that's possibly a little soon. So, yeah. Let's see, when did they turn up? Because those banelings were there for a really, really long time. Like, really fucking long time. Scanning. See the spire, technically. Nobody has it. Oh. So yeah, at this point, stuff's happening on the rest of the map, but we don't care. We're looking for the 2 banelings that turn up here and then never leave. Because I thought they went in for drop defense. There you go. 2 lings. They're going to turn into blings. They got there in like 14.5 minutes. They turned into banelings, and then their players surrendered. That's it. Those two guys never leave there. They never do anything else. They just sit there, turn into banelings, and then sit there, and sit there, and sit there. I don't think that it made any particular difference in the game. Yep, there we go. Doody-doody-doody-doody-doo. Like, you know, just sitting there, being predator banelings. Do-do-do-do-do. The Mutalisks, you see the Mutalisk count going in here. Doing nothing. The Terran pushes out, takes some horrific damage from banelings. And then Medevacs get left behind, and these guys are still here. They're dedicated as balls, they are. Check it out. And yeah, then the Terran takes down the fourth base, I think it is, third base. Moves into the natural. And then takes on some stuff there. These banelings are still sitting here. Yeah, they basically sit there till the end of the freaking game. Like, we go right the way to the end of the game. Yep, they're still there. Boom. But yeah, as you say, the army count is currently 14 to 94. At this point, you could literally A-move and win. Yeah. It's a good point being made by Dynasty is that if you A-move banelings, they go for the most cost-effective or costly thing they can see, which presumably means they'll go after Colossus if they can see them. Which means they're going, I can't get past the stalkers, why is nothing moving? But yeah, when you have more Thors than your opponent has banelings, you know something's going right. Looks like we're getting some more wisdom bombs from Dynasty. Yes. I'm just going to see what these tweets are because somebody's been tweeting them. You gotta love it when people specifically like tweet at you that they're playing and you're watching. It's so good. In any case, I'm trying to reconnect to my wireless. Turns out I need to. Man, I need it. Went for the knowledge bomb. It's gonna be here shortly, hopefully. I imagine Dynasty's having one of those moments of I want to say this right. I don't want to just say random things, you know. So, just for clarity's sake, I think I might call the stream fairly soon because we've been going for an hour and a half, and it is around about the time I need to go to bed because I'm getting up stupid early in the morning. But if we can get some more wisdom out of Dynasty, that'd be good. That'd be good. Go this way. And if anybody else would like to suggest things for me, actually, you know what? I've actually got a replay that I should look at. I said I'd look at earlier. I haven't. So let's go through one more. But I don't know whose this is. Oh, you're not saying anything. Fair enough. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put the multiplayer folder up and we're going to look for the new one. And hopefully it'll show up. There we go. So we're just going to watch a quick solo replay. See you, dude. Have a good one. This is Dynasty versus Black Ice. Awesome. Sorry, I didn't recognise your name in the email. So, let's have a look at what's happening in this game. We're seeing Black Ice the Terran from Team T1G versus Dynasty, thus far unclanned, but still worthy of respect. We're seeing the standard wall off because it turns out Terrans have to do that, otherwise you run by them and kill them. Especially once speedlings happen, it's ridiculous. Okay, so we've seen the Terran scout it out, see the baneling, see the spawning pool, and then go down here and eBay block your base. Which actually, interestingly enough, you don't normally have to do things like sticking an overlord over this for Terran. Interesting. I'm fairly certain my computer probably complaining about something. So we're seeing the cancel on that. And Terran's going, well, actually going slightly ineffectively going Hellions. That's okay. Something happened. Oh, interesting. Hellions straight into siege tank. Not going for what I thought. This is a funky build. This is a very funky build. Okay, so we're seeing the standard Baneling bust coming up. Terran sees it coming. Lifts, bro. And the tank on the top, 2 tanks on the top, take care of business. At which point, Hellions, let's slow things down a bit because we actually got time now. Hellions manoeuvring around. Let's not be at normal speed though. Zerglings are running away because it turns out they want to go home and heal the burn injuries. I'm curious about the tanks actually because you don't normally see tanks in TVC at the moment. From the Zerg perspective, we've got no Roach Warren. Was there a reason why you didn't go Roaches? Because as far as I can tell, traditionally speaking, it's like the counter to the sort of the response to Hellions is Roach. But you're not going Roach here. Was that because of the tanks? Or was that... I don't know, we'll see. Love the decal, by the way. Very nice, very nice. Is the stream watchable, by the way? Is it still watchable? I hope it's still watchable. Looks smooth enough. In any case, we'll stop making things lag. We'll start to lair. At this point, we've got Hellions coming in, and there's still no Roach Warren. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, Destiny. Not Destiny. Dynasty. Destiny would be something very different. Was there a reason why you didn't go for Roaches to fend off this lot? Because that... I understood that to be the meta. You know, you have that thing where you basically can ward off that many Hellions with like a half a dozen Roaches. Okay. But your problem was the wall in over the Terran or the wall in on your own main? Because again, as far as I'm aware, the way it's supposed to work is you have... yeah. But the thing is, from what I understand, basically you go Evo Chamber, and have something in the middle like a Queen or something to block it off. Also, the bastard's going Hellbats, and he's getting pre-igniters. So, yeah, these lings are going to die horribly, aren't they? That was a good catch. Supply still in favour of Terran after the engagement. Again, I think the problem we're having here is enough workers. I think. But again, it's that problem of if you make too many workers and you don't have enough attacking units. We're getting a fairly solid wall here. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why the double thickness, because I don't think the double thickness would actually help. I don't think this puts the ones at the back out of the range of the splash from the Banelings. But yeah, this walling would be a problem for a Zerg. Oh, the wall is down! That was the perfect timing! Boo! And there we have a problem. Because that thing there does 30 damage to lings. Which is not quite enough to one-shot them, still. I think this may have been part of the problem. There's the Roach Warren. But yeah, at this point, Terran's basically set up to kill you. Because he's got tanks, he's got Thors to take the Roaches down. He'll do quite a decent punch against. But yeah, do 30 damage a shot. Yarr. So they're basically two-shot lings. Not that matters because they're very bad slow firing for that, but that's what the Hellbats are for. This is actually just a full mech push, isn't it? Turns out this dude went full mech. Oh, it's Neferox. How's it going, Neferox? Good to see you on the stream. I'm glad you joined us before we quit. Yeah, no, this is... I totally understand. It's one of those games where you end up with everything just going just that little bit wrong to start with, just that little bit wrong in the middle, and then you die. And you're just like, oh, why? Let me close that down and see if that makes any difference. It might actually. Turns out not having a flash window open is pretty good. It's weird though, because I always take this base first and no one else does, and I'm now wondering if I'm doing it wrong. So we're seeing a nice little bunch of things. Again, like this base probably needs saturating a little better. You cancel the roach one? Why? You need it. This is happening. And they don't do any bonus damage against non-light. They still do shit all damage against light. So against non-light. That's horrible to have to deal with as a Zerg player, isn't it? Because if that is single, like those get into your mineral line, you lose everything. But also, yeah, the Lings, they have 36 hit points functionally speaking versus this damage. And if he just puts them in there, then there's not a lot the Lings can actually do against them. I mean, you're going to have to wait till the Lings, until the Hellions break through the hatch. If he doesn't target him down. Nice, that was cost effective. If slightly, unfortunately, not the answer pushing back. Yeah, if I knew that dude, I'd be a god. As far as I'm aware, there was a thing about Roach Hydra being a good thing. Actually, no. One of the things that was supposedly good against Hellbat Thor was Swarm Hosts. Because Thors are slow as mud. And you could basically... once you get Swarm Hosts out, you can take advantage of the fact that Mech is immobile as fuck. Like, this shit isn't going anywhere quickly. Hellbats are the fastest thing on the field, I think. 2.25. Yeah, nothing else in this army has a speed greater than 2, I don't think. Oh no, 2.25 is the fastest thing they've got. You can start throwing free stuff at them. Like, you know, the Locusts. Get the Enduring Locust upgrade. Apparently that's why Mech isn't used in TVZ so much. Also bugging out the AI, which is always bad. But yeah, that's my vague understanding. Oh, there we go, Swarm Host. Good call. Slightly unfortunate they're not burrowed, but yeah. But yeah, I think once you get to a critical mass of Swarm Hosts, and that should be it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Oh, and that's a planetary fortress. Also, another thing that would really help would be a shitload of creep. Like, just lay that shit out. Like, just get the creep up to here, you know. Fucking bury his base in creep tumors. Again, not an expert. This is just what I understand. This might not actually be entirely the case. Another disadvantage of doing it on this map is that there's actually 2 ways to get to most places you want to attack the things from. But yeah, trading free units for... Oh, is this going to go against you? Yes, it is. That was unfortunate. Yeah, that was a slightly unfortunate thing. Because I think if they'd been that many Swarm Hosts here, firing free units at these little bastards over here, they then start having to trade free units for non-free units. You know what? At that point, they do a shit. They hit like a truck. They do 13 damage a shot. Like, oh my god. And they are not... Oh, they are light. So that in theory, like, the Hellbat should roast them, but they're taking damage from them. But it's slightly unfortunate you don't quite have enough of them. Also, I think you need to be up bases as well. If the Terran's on 3, you need to be on more than 2. But, again, that's suffering interference from Terran, really, isn't it? So... This is a sneaky-ass move, this one. I like this a lot. Slightly unfortunate it's a planetary, but, you know, it happens. You can hit a Thor with that. I will be casting more replays, probably not tonight, because it's gotten to that time of the night where I need to be silent. I am considering, however, doing some tomorrow. So if people want to send me replays to novawulfen@gmail.com, send me your replays. And this basically came from Dynasty. If I can get information, basically what I need from you is I need the replay, I need the names of the people involved, and identify yourself in the replay if you're in it. I'd rather have people in it and have them be part of the replay. And then just give me a bit of a sketch of what the replay was about, how it worked. Because, it's really good to know what you were thinking at the time, and it means I can put more detail into what's going on. And I think we can see where this one's going. Because at this point, Terran can just siege tanks up once he gets his AI bugs sorted out. Oh shit, son! Yeah, the tanks siege up. And then, of course, because these guys are in range of the splash... Yeah, that's going to be painful. I think you did the right things. Again, I'm not an expert, but as far as I can tell, you did the right things. You just got unlucky with positioning, and you got really unlucky. I'm going to say, we'll fast forward, burn our way through to the end of this game. Because at this point, I can see what's happening here. You're about to lose a natural. GG, my son. But yeah, let's see if we can go back and track it back to when those swarm hosts first went out. Over here somewhere. How many? I need to find out how many swarm hosts you've got. Because when you marched out the swarm hosts and they got munched on over here somewhere. It was here. Boom. Nice bunch of stuff. Oh, Twitch messages is also a thing. But that's the thing, I just assume it's easier for people to have my publicly accessible Gmail. But yeah, send me a message on Twitch if you want me to cast some stuff as well. Actually, I'm just going to go to my Twitch messages and make sure I've not missed anything. That's why I've gone to Twith. Twith.tv. So yeah, there was an engagement just about here. Oh yeah, Cloudtix, I got your return message. I will be getting back to you shortly. Ah, here we go. This was it. This was the real kicker. Right, because at this point you've got, 12 swarm hosts. We look at units lost tab. What you're about to lose is 2,000 resources. 5,400. The problem with swarm hosts is that if your opponent can stand on top of them, then they suck. And yeah, you just lost 2,500 resources in 10 seconds. Yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't interpreting it as BM. That's not the sort of shit you say if you're BMing someone. But yeah, that engagement right there may have just killed you. I mean, okay, it was unlucky. Because if we go back to your viewpoint, back a bit, you did not know what was around the corner. You literally had no idea that the Hellbats were all here. However, you have the Enduring Locusts upgrade by this point, so what I would suggest next time you do this, if you have exactly the same situation, if we were to take control right here, bury the fuckers here. Bury them right here. Because the Enduring Locust upgrade gives them the ability to get as far as the PF before they die. Which means you can start harassing from a really fucking long distance away. And what you can do is you can have stuff like Lings scouting out here and a Ling scouting out here. And that, by the way, this is conjecture. I don't know how well this is working in practice. But if you have a Ling out here, then you can see if there's an army coming. If you have a Ling out here, you can see there's an army coming. If there's an army over here, then you're burying it in locusts and don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's the thing I would change on that one, because you did lose, at this point you've lost 5,400 resources. You lose another half of that again just in this one thing, and at that point you are so fucking far behind. And okay, you were losing as it was, you were slightly behind anyway, because your opponent has more workers than the Zerg player. But that's the thing, as far as I can tell, this game wasn't a bad game. You just got really fucking unlucky. And that one engagement would pretty much nailed your coffin shut there. It's possible you could have clawed it back, but you'd have needed to be really, really good to do that, and I don't think that bronze and silver is the place to find that sort of skill. Because yeah, how many things do you lose? You lose... you went from 12... And also that was unfortunate, those two guys getting stuck behind the locusts. Yeah. So yeah, you lost 9 of them. Shit, dude. But other than that, that was a pretty good game. I mean, you know, there was... wrong one! There we go. Yeah. And to be fair, losing to someone like Black Eyes isn't a bad thing, because he was nearly the winner last time. He was so nearly the winner, we might as well have named a small poultry-based meal after him. So yeah, I think at this point I'm probably going to go to bed. I say to bed. I'm going to go and try and calm down so that I can go to bed sometime in the next week. Because honestly, I get so hyped doing casting, and especially when I'm a solo caster like a boss. If you liked what you saw this evening, and I'd like to think you did, please click follow on my Twitch. Follow me on that. Follow me at Twitter at Novawulfen. If you don't know how it's spelled, it's in the URL. Raise the roof. No. Sleep isn't overrated. Sleep is for the weak. It's Monday. The weekend, fuck that. I don't need to sleep at the weekend. But during the weekday, I actually need to be conscious during the day, because I have to deal with complicated people at work. And I'm not one of you young whippersnappers who can just survive on no hours sleep a night. In any case, I should probably have a lithium virgin's total with me. Should have turned on fewer? I'm not sure I understand the sentence. Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding things. It is quite late. I'm just like, oh fucking hell. But yeah, I would stick around and hang out with you crazy kids, but I need to use my Zimmer frame to get to the toilet. It's going to take an hour. Oh, no. Say it in German then. I will understand it better. Weil ich Deutsch sprechen kann. Es ist nicht meine erste Sprache, aber dritte nach Französisch. Boom. I need to learn how to say, like, como esta bitches in German instead. I don't know. But it's good to have someone who's... It's actually... You know what? If you do speak in German, it would be really useful for me to practice my German skills. One of the admins is a guy called Schnurres, who is a beautiful admin for SCVRush, and he does me a favour by not talking to me in English ever. He refuses to speak to me in English because there was this one time where I was like, man, I need an excuse to practice my German. He was like, oh really? Let's do this. So he won't speak to me in English, so I have to talk to him in German every time I do. Nice. Give Lupasan points for that one. Oh man, that's actually really good. I apologise if I steal that at some point in the not too distant future. In any case, it is nearly 10:30. I've been going for the best part of 2 hours. So follow me on Twitter at Novawulfen. Follow me on YouTube. The same. I'm going to try and upload videos so you can go back to them and watch them again. Follow me on Twitch. If you would like me to cast stuff, message me on Twitch. You know how to do that. Or email me at novawulfen@gmail.com, because that's my public-facing email address. Yeah. If I'm going to stream tomorrow, and I would like to do so, if I get enough replays, I will probably be streaming from... For the moment, let's pencil it in between 6 and 7 UK time. You should have logged on sooner. Yes, you should have logged on sooner. Then you would have been part of all the fun. Aber das passiert. Am nächsten Mal ein bisschen früher würde besser sein. Ein bisschen Best designed villain? 9. Sag nicht mehr. Alles gut. It was good for you. It was good to have you anyway. And as I always say, if you like what you saw this evening, then do me a favour, help spread the word. Tell someone who doesn't know about my stream, that it was fun and they should come and watch it sometime. Because that way we can grow this thing, and like if the pipe dream happens, if the terrifying awesome thing happens, and like I get like 400 regular viewers and like thousands of people watching occasionally, then I will probably end up quitting my job, which I actually hate, and doing this full time, because fuck it, why not? You know, and then I can start doing more sort of tournament-y related stuff and all that sort of jazz. But okay, I'm not relying on that. I'm not sitting here going, well, come on, it's got to happen now. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I would like very much for it to happen, because that would be bitchin' awesome. And you can help me achieve that sparkling dream by telling all your friends that they should come and watch SCVRush and then me afterwards. And I'm actually going to try and organise some way of getting the winner on every time and doing a post-match analysis with the winner. Probably won't happen on Wednesdays, because I do like tabletop role-playing with the Society on Wednesdays, but you know. But yeah, if you like what you see, put a follow on it. Because if you like it, then should put a follow on it. And yeah, I'm going to sign off. I'm really bad at signing off because I like talking to you guys. It's a lot of fun. And also the fact that virtually nobody else uses the stream chat like this. I'm liking it. I may have to find some way of like graphicing it up and making it look sexy. But if anybody has any suggestions about that, I'm more than willing to listen. That would be baller. But for now, I really need to go, and I need to, apart from anything else I've drunk. How much is this? Oh, this is a litre. So I'm coming up on 2 litres of squash in the last 4 hours, and I really need to piss. Yeah, it will be hard. Dude, if I end up with 1,000 viewers, I will deal with that. I will worry about that when I'm too popular. But at the moment, you guys are cool, so I'll have you on the stream. But yeah, no, if I can get the winner on and analyse their replays with them, that would be amazing. Lightbird. So I'll have a word with our admins about that, see if there's a way we can arrange that. So yeah, for now, I'm going to go, because it's 10:30, and I really need the loo. But thank you for watching. You guys have been absolutely awesome. And hopefully I'll be able to see you not on Wednesday, because that's not myself casting. I believe the absolutely amazing people that are casting on Wednesday are Ryder and Mish, I think. Give me 1 second, I will verify that before I do. And other than that, give me 1 second, I will just find out who's casting on Wednesday, because if memory serves it's Ryder and Mish, but I want to make sure so I don't lie to you. Open up the calendar, and it is Ryder and Mish. Come along to that. I will see you guys on Thursday if I don't see you tomorrow. Come along to SCVRush, sign up if you can, watch if you can't, and you guys are great. I'll see you soon. Ta-ta.